off the block, and it is!
Back-to-back wins for the Badgers this weekend. The number 3 ranked Badgers start their OUA regular season campaign with 4 wins.
I want to say like 5 years ago when it first happened, I was only a second-year coach, and I think we fell into the rankings at 7th, and I was shocked. And it was a moment of pride there because we collectively have built something that now is being recognized by the rest of the country.
You can see even in the standings, the women's team before they always put up a good fight. They just always couldn't pull out all the big wins.
In my first year when I came into the team, we were kind of used to a losing mentality, and we were okay to lose. It was just, that's how it was. We were bottom of the pack, like underdogs. And then when we got a taste of winning, we were like, oh my gosh, this is nice. And then we just ended up, from my first year to now, we've changed the culture completely. And that shift in culture was huge, and Steve paved the way for that.
And then Steve came in. I think the big thing with him was the culture change in the athletes, kind of seeing it more of a high intensity sport or an elite sport.
As part of our new culture, we're trying to really pay attention to some of the little things. And we talked a little bit about the people coming in who were, our 5 first years coming in, and I asked them, so what does this mean to you? The response was kind of like, it's pretty special to be coming into a program that's ranked so high in the country. From our senior players who'd been here, they were kind of like, well, it's great, but it doesn't really mean a whole lot because we're not happy with the way we finished at Nationals last year. As a coach, it's obviously great to be considered one of the top programs in the country. Now, it's kind of like an expectation and a standard that we want to set. We know it's not an easy one. We know a lot of the programs out west and even in Ontario have gotten stronger. So I do take pride in it, but it is an expectation. You're going to have to work hard if you want to stay there.
I'm Laura Condata. I played at Brock for 5 years. After pro, I kind of always had it in my head that I wanted to coach when I came back home. Steve had offered an assistant coaching spot for the team. The second I knew that I was home, I was like, yes, I want to be a coach for Brock.
We have Laura Condata coming back from her pro career to join us, and she was, Player of the Year, 2-time All-Canadian. She's won like every award she could win here at Brock.
Laura Condata, she went to Brock too, so she brings a key piece to that. And she was an athlete before, so bringing that athlete experience to the table as well is a huge accomplishment for the team.
Honestly, a big reason was because my last season, we got to Nationals. The day before we had left for Nationals, I had fractured my ankle. We got there and I was like, okay, no problem, I can just support the team. At least we're at Nationals, like we can still win this. And then COVID happened. So me coming back is kind of like, okay, I can finally get my closure for Brock, hopefully making a good impact on the team the same way I wanted to my last year. When I first got here, I was in shock with what kind of players they turned out to be. I walked in and I told Steve, I was like, oh my goodness, like what happened? They are different players. I was really impressed with Mira and Gigi specifically because Mira and Gigi, I guess, were flip-flopping positions.
Being thrown into middle, one of the hardest positions, is not an easy task, but they've adapted really well. They're so eager to learn.
I started off my volleyball career as a left side, then I transitioned to right side, and then here I am as a middle, trying to fill in the shoes of some legendary middles we've had here at Brock. So yeah, a lot of switching positions for me.
Gigi, when I was playing with her, was a right side. The way they're attacking and communicating with the younger athletes is incredible. Gigi, in her step right now, is very impressive to me to see.
I like to be like a clutch player, so if they need me in a certain rotation to get out of it or just like hit a certain ball, like I want to do it and I want to be the one to like be able to make a difference on the team no matter where I'm put. I just want to embrace where I am and be grateful that I'm on the court and contribute in any way I can as well.
and Mira is jumping so high and having so much hang time.
Talking about Mira for a second, although she wasn't officially in the role last year, she clearly made an impact on athletes and put herself in a position to be in this role this year, and I'm so incredibly proud of the way that she stepped up as a leader.
We have Sarah Rohr and Aaliyah graduating at the end of this year. Both were first years, I guess, when I started. You know, Sarah was recruited by the past coach, and Aaliyah came in from the Halton Hurricanes with Steve, where Steve was.
I got recruited by Steve actually in my grade 12 year. He was my 17U coach at the time, so I already knew him coming into Brock, which was a good thing because I already had that connection. He already knew who I was as a player, so it was kind of easy for me to transition when I got here.
I knew Aaliyah when she was 15 years old. We recruited her from her club team and we wanted her to play. And from the second that she started playing, I knew how special that kid was. She's been a libero, she's been the starting libero for 2 or 3 years now, but she's still working on it and she still wants to do more and she's still looking at the next step and what she wants to do. And she's a kid who's played so long, understands how difficult it is to get to that stage. And when we are at that stage, we have to make sure that we're peaking, we're doing the best things that we can, and she understands that.
I got so happy and so emotional when I saw them. I was like, this is insane. And it was just all because of their hard work, right? And it really showed the culture, and everything that they were doing was right for them.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Athletics and Recreation Center, the campus of Queen's University. And it is 2 of the best teams in the country going head-to-head. Ranked 3rd nationally in the U Sports rankings are the Brock Badgers, the defending OUA champions.
So we knew right from the get-go that this game was going to be a battle. And at the end of the day, it came down to every single point and laying out for it and just making sure you put your best effort into every point.
We're both very good teams, very good players.
The last time we faced them was in the OUA, and they were up 2 sets. We ended up coming back to reverse sweep. We knew this was going to be a battle.
Up by Torres, and again pulled off a bit, but Dick goes cross, and that stays in. And the Badgers close out this 3rd set 25-17 on the attack by Sadie Dick.
We've been playing teams back-to-back every weekend, so it adds to the challenge where the second game will never be exactly like the first game, and it just forces you to kind of outsmart or to think differently, and I like that challenge of playing the same team twice.
Badgers coming away with a 3-0 win yesterday. Passed up by Biasi. Baker, left side. Lemire puts it in to the second set. Queens takes it 25-20, and they even this match up at 1 set apiece. Overpass and put away by Sadie Dick emphatically ends this 3rd set. Cross-court winner as DeShano puts it in to the 4th set, and they take it 25-18. And this match is tied at 2 sets apiece.
It's like kind of hard when you play them back to back that they know what to expect. They know that we're going to hit that sharp angle and they're just going to be there blocked. We just kind of have to adapt to that.
Bouncing back from a 3-set loss often fires you up to try and be better that next game. So I think that the loss made them bounce back a bit more too.
Try to set it out again, this time to the left side. Chadwick out of play. No contact on the block, and the Gales take the 5th set 15-11 and win the match 3-2.
It was a tough 5-set match. Queens played great, we played well, but the girls know that it's not going to be easy. And I think that just drives their hunger even more.
We're trying to build a culture where we all buy in, work really as a team instead of having separate people complaining about things. It's very important to talk about things and acknowledge why things happen versus just yeah, we lost or yeah, we won. There's a reason for everything, and everything is built up towards the final outcome. And I think that's huge to really acknowledge and communicate about. So they're awesome with that.
At some point, most of the people in this room believe in Santa Claus. Yes. It's gone one step further in my house. You guys know Elf on the Shelf? Yeah. We have a family of elves. Okay? It's ridiculous. The elves have babies. We have a Grinch elf. We have all this stuff. So Shay's going to describe it to you. But what I want you to think about is how much she is believing in what's happening. Yes? I don't know how to say that. So it's a way for parents to kind of get their kids to behave. So the elves come, right around Christmas time, and they watch your behavior, and then each night they go back and they report them back to Santa, okay? And then they come back, and then you gotta put them in different spots, right, so that they come back. So guess whose job it was to move the elves last night? It was mine. Now Shay's convinced that they're magic, right? And this is what happens. And then she writes a letter to Santa to see if the elves can stay longer last year. So the elves got to stay longer because Santa said yes, right?
They know everybody else had elves. Oh yeah.
Do these elves think they're staying here the whole year? Why? They're supposed to go to the North Pole.
No, they don't, Shay. You can, in January, you can write a letter to Santa and you can request one of them to come back.
Ask how. Okay.
They're not supposed to be magic.
They are magic.
She believes, right? You guys used to believe in Santa, okay? You have to take that same belief you used to have in Santa and believe in yourself and on the court. You're all capable of it. It all happens, when we're young, we just believe in stuff that we don't even know could be true. The difference is now you know it is true because you've all done every skill that you're trying to do. So when I look at body language, and it's not just yesterday, it's sometimes in matches, I'm like, I've seen this in certain athlete perform this skill over and over to perfection. Why does their body tell me right now they don't believe in themselves? Right? Like Darren, did you believe in Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Okay, then I believe that you should believe that you can kill every ball and pass everything in nails, right? It's very simple if you actually believe, right? So the idea behind this is simply like, we gotta go back for a moment and realize, hey, we can believe. What I'm trying to get to you is just take some of your younger belief and put it in yourself. That makes sense? Sorry.
Welcome to Bob Davis Gymnasium, where the Brock Badgers take on the Lakehead Thunderwolves this weekend. The Badgers look to bounce back after their first loss of the regular season last weekend against the Queens Gales. The Badgers complete the sweep as they defeat the Thunderwolves 25-22 in the final set.
Going in, I didn't really know what to expect. Still, we didn't take them lightly. We knew that they were still going to put up a fight. On the Friday, I kind of proved myself. And then on the Saturday, I got the opportunity to start the game, my first time starting a game.
And the Badgers head into winter break 7-1 on the season, good for first in the OUA, and they rank number 3 on U Sports national rankings.
Being first is great, and I think it's nice. It's a good testament to the work that we've put in and how hard we've trained. We're not satisfied with where we are right now. Something we always talk about is we're hungry for more, and we have a lot more to prove in the OUA this year.
I think that they're incredibly hungry. The hunger is something that's built for a long time.
Personally, I think we've done a very good job of kind of proving ourselves in what we are capable of this year, but I still think the job's not done. We have a lot of unfinished work and we're only halfway through the season, so there's still a lot more to go.
Even if you win a game by a lot of points, there's always room for improvement.
Each game matters. The next games we have are against RMC. Those 2 games are very important. The next 2 games, we're going to Nipissing. Those 2 games are equally important. So the ranking is nice, but I think at the end of the day, it's still halfway through the season. So we need to keep pushing and keeping hungrier for more. The rankings may continue, but we still hold ourselves to that level that we know we can be at as the season progresses.